University of Science and Technology on this matter of the president's use of his brother's private jet and the concerns being raised. Are those concerns germane? Thank you, Doc, and good morning to you.
Good morning.
I hope you're well, Doc.
By the grace of God, I'm good.
Let's start first by asking if you have any concerns with the decision that has been made, I'm sure in consultation with the states and all its apparatus, for the president to be allowed to use his brother's private jet. Do you have any issues with that?
I don't have anything. It's really interesting that people are raising concerns about that. It speaks to their understanding of the state, the role of the state, what relationship the state should have with society. In political science, we speak of state-society relationship, where the leadership, look at things in a progressive fashion. They realize that the state will have to join society, team up with them, enter into partnership. It comes to be known as PPP. And all these are done to promote development. It manifests at various levels. And so, as a student of political science, I don't have any difficulty at all with that proposition.
There are those who seek to compare it to, one of the major discussions we had was the fact that Ghana was spending money renting private jets for President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the former president, when he was president at the time. It became a matter of huge concern that the MPP feels if you have concerns with that, you should have concern with this one, because the justifications are basically the same, that the private jets that the country has procured for the president cannot be used for his travels. So alternative arrangements are alternative arrangements. So if you have concerns with that, you should have concerns with this. What do you think?
Well, when you position yourself to oppose things, then you will be in that mindset, that frame of mind, to look at everything from that perspective. Because generally, assuming the state pays for the president's use of his brother's jet, assuming the state pays for that, the money generally stays in Ghana. The Jews have this understanding of spending their money within their community. They do that consciously wherever they find themselves. So their money circulates. And this is seen as a way to empower one another. And so that particular argument that people are coming out with really is untenable. If you look at things from this angle of keeping the money at home, money in your own community, in this case, in Ghana's bigger political community, I wouldn't want even to look at the issue as the president's brother, but a Ghanaian, who is doing well with his business and should be supported in various ways. So if at this material moment in time, the need, has come up for a facility that this businessman has to be placed at the disposal of the state, for the state to use it, let's say at a cost, it's better than going in for that of an outsider. It is better, it is secured. The economic factors have already alluded to that. The money stays in the community. The aspect of security, we are in a position to talk about it. So from this angle alone, you realize that, those criticizing it don't have a case. But then generally from that other angle of the PPP too, states that have been doing well from 1960s to date, they implemented a particular policy. And the policy is called Social Coalition for Growth. again, the state teams up with society. It could be individuals, it could be groups, businesses, any other organization that is engaging anything at all that has export potential. Those states will team up with society and make sure that the project really materializes, it bears fruits, and the state benefits employment and so on and so forth, taxes that will be paid. Once again, I can place this the state using an individual's jet in the context of a social coalition for growth, and it can stay in there. It comes out positive. It comes out as beneficiary.
I see. So you don't think there are concerns about security? Because I heard an argument being made about the fact that because this is not in the possession of the state, you can't tell who else gets to handle this particular private jet. There are people who have even gone to the extent of saying listening devices, recording devices can potentially even be placed in there, among others. You don't see any issues with that?
I was thinking that the security issue should be one of the factors that one want to go in for, to use this particular plane than go out for any other plane. Because the person who owns the plane, I think, would have taken care of all these security concerns, at a very personal level. So generally, those concerns are supposed to have been taken care of. And so when the state goes in, obviously, state agents will also be made to engage the facility, the owners, and then address all issues that could be raised. Unless you want to say that we don't have the wherewithal, the technical know-how to really examine what should be examined and then put in place what should be put in place. But I think Ghana has that particular capacity. And so security concerns, to me, is one of the reasons why this particular arrangement is better than going in for an outsider's facility.
Look, for the sake of accountability, would it be proper for perhaps a summoning of anybody to answer any questions that perhaps may be lingering on the minds of those who are criticizing it?
Would it be proper for what?
Anybody to be asked to answer questions to address the concerns that have been raised?
Well, I think we will leave it to the office of the president, to the chief of staff's office, for them to make a determination as to whether there's a need to respond to this issue at all. I think we want to leave it to them.
Doc, thank you. Thank you for speaking to us.
You're most welcome.
Dr. AMAKYE BOATENG, political science lecturer, coming from University of Science and Technology, joining us on the line on this issue of concerns being raised about the use of President John Dramani Mahama's brother, of course, businessman Ibrahim Mahama. The question is, there's no question about his ownership of the private jet and how he even procured it, because there's a bank in Ghana who said we arranged the facility for him to buy it for engineers and planners. So for him to even say that I am putting it at your disposal is a huge issue. So it's like, what do I call it? It's significant. It's a significant gift to the people of Ghana that whenever the president wants to use it, I'll forego all the things that perhaps I would have used it for and allow him to use it. When he's done, perhaps I can do the things that I want to do with the private jet. So that's significant, a concession to make to the state. Alhaji Inusa Hussaini is former member of parliament for Tamale Central. Alhaji, good morning, and thank you very much for your time.
Good morning, Senator, and thank you for having me.
Alhaji, I hope you're well.
Well, you can't complain. I'm fine.
And I know you understand the states, the way things work when it comes to travel.